Now what about reply and reply to all? Again, if you're carbon copied, there's really not, it's not necessary to reply. But what if we just said, how do you feel about whether people should acknowledge the email sent to them or just let it go?
Send receipt.
Oh, send receipt. Now, there's a little controversy. How do you feel when the email pops up and says, so-and-so wants you to tell them that you've read this message? Shaking your head. What I found is that most people are a bit put off by send receipt. Interesting. So, now, I mean, if your organization, that's kind of common. But for a lot of people, they're put off. But it's kind of like, you're not going to know when I read this message? I'm not going to tell you I read this message, right? So the reality is that you want to avoid that. What I do with my stuff, because when I like to know that my client got my proposal and the documents that I was sending them. So even though it's redundant, right near dear so-and-so, and I'll put in brackets, send me a quick note that you got this. And even though that's more words than clicking on send receipt, it then it's a request of them to send it to me. The send receipt is, Big Brother's watching me, I'm not letting them know that I saw that message. So anyway, send receipt probably doesn't work so well. Whether you should reply or reply to all, most people do like to know if they've asked you to do something that you're either taking care of it or have taken care of it. There's just this reassurance. When I send back a quick note that says done, thanks, whatever it is, people do tend to appreciate that. I suggest you delete those things as soon as you get them, but the reality is people do like that reassurance. Reply to all, be very cautious. Every time someone gets an email, they're going to invest at least a few seconds in that email. They're going to have to scan it, decide whether they need it or not. They're going to have to delete it, file it, do something with it. Maybe they'll keep replying to it, which is annoying. So the reality is only use reply to all if it's absolutely critical that everyone on that email gets that information. There are some that are like that, but most don't require it. Okay? So anything else to understand about emails then, just in terms of making them effective?
If you have more than one action you're requesting, number them.
Yeah, that's true. So if you're having more than one action, number the actions that you're looking for. Although I would caution you from trying to do more than 3 things in an email. In fact, you're almost better with email to send 1 action item per email and to send 3 emails than you would be to put 5 things into 1 email. And it's just, unless those 5 things are very connected to each other, the reality is if they're too disjointed, there's a good chance that, I know I've sent emails and I've asked 3 different questions and I hear back yes, or I hear back okay. I'm thinking, I asked 3 different questions there. You've answered one of the questions. So realize that email is primarily the best for short, single-purpose messages. Okay?